The Nigerian Railway Corporation Act of 1955 Repeal and Reenactment Bill has been passed into law by the Nigerian Senate. After considering the clause by clause of the report of the Senate Committee on Land Transport and the Committee of the Whole, the Nigerian Senate unanimously passed the Railway Bill for the third reading. Senate President Bukola Saraki said the new Railway Act will have positive impact on Nigerians.
In favor that the bill for an act to repeal Nigerian Railway Corporation Act Cap N129 Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004 and reenact Nigerian Railway Act by for regulation of the railway sector and for related matters be read the third time. Say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. It has only been able to develop with a modern rail system. And I believe that what we've done today is really taking the bold step in moving Nigeria sector. I want to commend all those that have contributed to this exercise that we have seen today. I don't think there's any exaggeration that this bill definitely will have a great impact on our economy and some of the issues and ideas that we have for this country of us.
Meanwhile, the chairman of the Senate Committee on Land Transport, Senator Gbenga Ashafa, was speaking with journalists, said the new Railway Act will open up the rail sector for private investment.
What this bill means is that a whole lot of the clauses in the old laws have been repealed. And you'll be wondering why it has taken so much time for us in the chambers today to look at the clause by clause components of that bill and then come out at the end of it. We had about 212 clauses of laws that we had to repeal and then reenact. Now, the two major components, again, is the fact that we've been able to separate the regulator from the operator.
With the passage of the Nigerian Railway Bill, Senator Ashafa called on Nigerians to brace up for the new opportunity that the rail sector will offer.
Nigerians should be ready to see a radical change in the rail sector. Having investors to take some small bits throughout the nooks and corners of Nigeria, the pressure on our roads through the usage by lorries, trucks, vehicles will be limited. There will be less pressure on the road. It is cheaper to go by rail. And it is safer.
The Nigerian Railway Corporation Repeal and Reenactment Bill is expected to pass through the same legislative process in the House of Representatives before it will be sent to President Muhammadu Buhari for assent. Muyiwa Bamdele reporting.
The federal government has endorsed a strategic agricultural framework for the development of agricultural sector as an alternative to crude oil and a way to also help diversify the economy, which over the years have depended on monies from crude oil sales. This was one of the outcomes of the July Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari at the ASU Presidential Villa, Abuja. Briefing State House correspondent after the council meeting in Abuja, the Minister of Agriculture, Audu Ogbe, said that self-sufficiency in food production has become imperative in the face of present economic challenges.
It outlines our policies and our objectives in trying to see agriculture as the next and biggest alternative in our drive to diversify the economy of this country. The document is titled The Green Alternative, and it outlines virtually everything we need to do, every policy we need to undertake to achieve self-sufficiency in agriculture and also to become a major exporter of agricultural products, a situation which we occupied many decades ago. We are working hard on the staples to satisfy local production, and we are fully aware that there is a major concern in the country for food self-sufficiency. But the point is that where we're going, we believe in a short while, another year and a half at the maximum, we should be reasonably self-sufficient in grains like rice, maize, beans. We may not have achieved everything in wheat, but we'll be very close to our targets.
Speaking on the controversy surrounding the grazing reserves in the country and the provision of about 947 million naira in the 2016 budget for strategic grazing reserves, the minister said these are just intervention funds to help stabilize livestock production.
That expenditure for grazing reserves, for gazetting some, there are 415 grazing reserves in the country, all over the country, south, north, east, west. Many have been abandoned or overtaken by developers. This town was a grazing route, FCT, for cattle from the northwest heading to the south. You can no longer call Abuja a route, it's a city. So people had it in mind then to reorganize this and develop new areas for the cows, but 950 million is not big enough now for what we want to do. Because the idea then was to improve the grass on the farms, to put boreholes and irrigate, to create milk parlors so that the harvest of milk can be immediately processed, because milk deteriorates very quickly when you harvest it from the cow. That was the fund. Now we're going to use it. We're already buying grass seeds to begin to develop grass seeds and ranches, some in Ebonyi, some in Oshun, some in Enugu, but privately owned. We'll develop for people, support them in developing these, and then the owners will pay a fee, and the cattle herdsmen will pay a tax.
He also used the medium to correct an impression that investing in livestock production is just a business for herdsmen.
Let me make a point quickly. People have said, after all, these are private people, why should government get involved? Well, before I went to the ministry, in the last 4.5 years, 4 billion naira was spent clearing land for cassava farmers. We have spent money on cocoa farmers. We spent on groundnut farmers, on wheat farmers, on rice farmers, on bee farmers. So we are also trying to spend a bit on cattle farmers to remove the crisis, because they are farmers too, except that their own style of farming is becoming a bit of a problem for the country. So it is not a waste, and I assure you the country will benefit from it. So that's the whole explanation. We are going to get some help too from donor agencies in doing this, and by November, West African ministers of agriculture will be meeting here to discuss this cattle grazing business, because the fighting goes on in Ghana, Togo, Ivory Coast, along the coast. In the dry season, there's no grass in Senegal, Mali, Mauritania. The cows all marching here looking for grass. And many of these herdsmen have AK-47s. That's the complexity. Once we begin to deal with our own, we have to make the West Africans do their own so their cows don't come in here. Because right now we can't stop them, because the ECOWAS treaty says freedom of movement of human beings and cattle and whatever. We can't change the law. So that's the story.
The policy was well conceived and packaged into a book titled The Green Alternative, the Agricultural Promotions Policy 2016 to 2020. From Abuja, I am Festus Ejiroge Nefifen for Ben Television.
The Nigerian Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun, has predicted that the country economy will not be too long in recession. The minister, in an interactive section with Senate on the state of the economy, has declared that Nigerian economy is in bad shape. She said the federal government is working around the clock to ensure Nigeria come out of the wood.
This government is not, and I can repeat, not immune to the suffering of the people. All the people that are suffering are our people. They're all Nigerians. As you said correctly, when it comes to suffering, there's no party color. There's no tribe. So we are working very hard. That was why we brought out the fiscal sustainability plan, when we realized that states consistently could not pay salaries. And we made that money conditional, so that even now, auditors have gone in. Those states that receive money, auditors have gone in to go and see, what did you use the money for? To ensure that it is not diverted. This Nigerian situation that we find ourselves in is not of anybody's making, but it is our collective duty to solve it. And I want to assure you that the economic management team is working incredibly hard to sort it out, and we will do so. I am not painting a rosy picture. I have said very honestly, we're in a bad place. But what I have also said is we will get out of it.
Speaking on the implementation of the constituency project, the minister assured the members of the National Assembly that the zonal intervention project will be carried out according to the budget.
I need not remind this Honourable House that it was this administration that released 2 years' worth of constituency projects late last year without any prompting from the National Assembly. So we take constituency projects very seriously, because these are the projects that the legislature have put in place knowing the specific needs of their own communities. So therefore they are important, and I think we have demonstrated since we've been in office that we prioritise them and we have cash back them.
Muyiwa Bamdele reporting.
Hi, Mike.
Babe, it's been over
12 hours. Are you done thinking about it?
Is he SCS?
Convince me.
I know how much
Confident style mean to you. Let me take you somewhere.
What's that?
A superior leading international hospitality chain in the heart of Africa.
And?
They offer very distinct services. Their meeting halls and all their hotels offer conference solutions that can help plan a perfect function for any occasion. They feature outdoor catering and provide services for any size event.
Keep going. You got me thinking now.
The beauty, the decor, and the views. It's the hotel experience you always dreamed of. They have up-to-date entertainment and a variety served at the fast food restaurant and snack bar. Oh, and don't even get me started on the garden bar or the nightclub. You would have everything you need within your reach without having to go out.
Wow. So what if I want to...
Cook? They got you, babe. The rooms are thoughtfully furnished with facilities that aid proper cooking, just like you would at home.
Where is this place?
And it's sweets.
Wow.
So, will you marry me?
Yes. How can I refuse?
Not at Sweets, a colorful affair.
Nigerian Vice President Yemi Osibanjo is expected to declare open the Diaspora Day in Abuja this week. This year's Diaspora Day seeks to address the issue of meeting the needs of the internally displaced persons and also help in the area of youth empowerment. Federal government had last weekend, through the Permanent Secretary, Political Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Olakunle Bamboshe, said the administration is ready to partner with Nigerians in the diaspora on how they can assist internally displaced persons in the Northeast through medical interventions and other areas. He said government has approved waivers for drugs, roofing sheets, and other items imported outside the country. According to him, Nigerians in the diaspora in the last 1 year remitted home the sum of $21 billion.
The Transition Monitoring Group Chairman Ibrahim Zekirulahi has called for the sack of the Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele for allegedly fueling the ember of corruption in the country. He said the realities on ground speak volume of the contributory roles of the Apex Bank in aiding the ills the country is currently plunged into. Zikrullah, who briefed journalists on the state of the nation's economy, stated that the ruling party in the country lacks the effective strategy to right all wrongs perpetrated by the immediate past administration. According to him, the reality of the absence of a well-articulated and coherent strategy to bring Nigeria out of its current economic doldrums will be seen in the excruciating crunch that is currently subjecting Nigerians to untold hardship. On the nation's economy, the group disclosed that inflation is galloping out of control, thereby putting goods and services beyond the reach of ordinary Nigerians, and urged the present government to do away with fancy theories and put the economy on the right path of recovery.
The leadership of Nigerian Senate has carried out a minor reshufflement in the composition of a standing committee. Senate President Bukola Saraki said the process is ongoing to reposition the Senate for effectiveness and efficiency in delivering its core mandate. To this end, 12 Senate Standing Committee now have new chairmen, with the creation of an additional committee, Legislative Compliance, to be chaired by Senator Babajide Omoworare. With the development, Senator Hope Uzodinma moved to Custom. Adamu Alero, now Chairman Senate Committee on Aviation, while Senator Oluremi Tinubu has moved to Environment.
Some changes in chairman position. Chairman Customs is now Senator Hope Uzodinma. Chairman Aviation is now Senator Adamu Alero. Chairman Environment is now Senator Oluremi Tinubu. Chairman Petroleum Downstream is now Senator Kabiru Marafa. Chairman Tertiary Institutions, Senator Barao Jibrin. Chairman Women Affairs is now Senator Binta Masi Garba. Chairman Public Procurement, Senator Joshua Darie. Chairman Solid Minerals, now Senator James Manager. Chairman Power is now Senator Enyima Abaribe. Chairman Information and National Orientation is Senator Adoke. Chairman National Identity, Senator Unkui. Chairman Legislative Compliance, Senator Omoworare. Chairman Rules and Business, Senator Babakaka Gabai. And Chairman Federal Character, Senator Tijani Kaura. And the following three Vice Chairman: Vice Chairman Marine Transport, Senator Gembe. Vice Chairman Land Transport, Senator Omo Agege. And Vice Chairman Downstream Petroleum, Senator Ajuda.
Meanwhile, Senate has embarked on its annual recess of 6 weeks.
Distinguished colleagues, the Senate is hereby adjourned till 13th September, 10 a.m. prompt.
Muyiwa Bamdele reporting.